Oh yeah, it's almost like there's a real crowd here. And I love it. Sounds like the fanfare from a stadium. Speaking of stadiums, we've got some pretty amazing sports guys hanging out with us today. Eric is actually in the North Pole today. He said he would try to catch up with us in his elf outfit, but I don't think he's going to make it. So just a heads up on that. But the people that we do have here, we got some amazing folks. We've got Mr. Adam Kaufman and Jason Rossi. Welcome to the Bad Boys of Pop, you guys.
What's up, man? Thanks for having us.
I've been known as a good boy my whole life, so for the next short bit, I'm excited to be a bad boy.
Yeah, you guys, at the end of the day, at the end of the episode today, you will be inducted, obviously, as honorary Bad Boys of Pop. So
this is big. This is the biggest accomplishment I've hit all day.
Do we get like knighted? Do I get like I don't know, like a microphone, a bedazzled microphone on each side?
I tell you what I'll do, Jason. I'll find something in the studio here, and I will pretend like I'm going to rip it up and give it to both of you guys.
Appreciate that.
But then I'll actually give it to someone else and not tell you.
Dude, that's my life right there.
That was like a lot of work to put it in the mail.
Yeah, mail? What's mail?
Yeah, what's mail? That's an old person's game. Mail.
Adam, email is even an old person's game these days.
I'm all about the email. I'm an old timer. I still email links. I don't just text them or Instagram them or whatever else. I didn't even know what Twitch was until recently. I'm the elder statesman of this group.
The reason why people don't like when you send them links, Adam, let me just explain that to you.
Please.
Because I feel like people tried to get it at the heart of it, but it didn't quite reach it. So when you just see a random link show up, you could have, Adam Kaufman could have been hacked sending this link that will then hack Jason Rossi, or that will then hack.
But don't you need to at least like look at what the link is? Like, and I don't mean click it. I mean, no, I don't mean click it. I mean, like, look at the link. Meaning, like, if it's a bit.ly link, one of those bit.ly, and it could be anything. Sure, that could come off as a hack. But if I send you guys a link, it's like, check this out, even if it looks like totally like spam. Check this out in the subject line. But the link is like clearly an ESPN. No, that's what I mean. But it's like clearly an ESPN link or Vanity Fair or what, Variety or something like that. Like, I mean, it's pretty evident at that point in time. Or it's a link to something that somebody tweeted, which I know goes really all around unnecessary steps. Yep. But I feel like you can kind of tell when somebody's catfishing you.
You can.
At least kind of, a little bit. There are hints. There are clues.
Yes, you can. But for me, it's not worth the risk. I will reply and say, what is this?
Yeah. Also, I got a couple of emails from a Nigerian prince lately, and I don't know him, but he said he's offering me $2 million. So I have that in my flagged folders. I have yet to respond.
I would give him all of your bank info. Give him the routing number. Give him everything he needs to know to make that transfer. You'd be irresponsible to not do it.
Well, send it to Adam. Send it to me. Yeah. Because we want in on this, Jason.
All right, we'll split it three ways.
Don't let us miss the boat on this.
No, you guys put the bank info and give me the third. That's fine.
So anyway, you guys, really quick today. This is the Bad Boys of Pop. I'm your host today, your solo host today, Tommy Mac. Eric Stretch is out shooting a show called Top Elf right now. I think it's Nickelodeon, a Nickelodeon show. And he's in the North Pole, sequestered away and in a bubble. So I was going to try to get him to hop on with us as an elf, but he's not allowed to have his phone on the set. So it was kind of tough.
Sounds like a lack of dedication to me.
Adam, I told him the same thing, and he's like, look, man, I got to elf it up. I was like, all right, you're elfing and effing it up at the same time, but it's all good. Speaking of not saying curse words, my mom pops in and says, bling. Well, Ma, bling back to you.
I'll raise you one. Bling, bling.
Bling.
What's up, Ma?
Yeah.
And we have some DK Sim fam popping in.
Nice. Rolling. What up?
Yeah. So, you know what? I told the guys at the page about the show. I didn't send a link over. I'll probably send it after we get off. just so they can watch it afterwards and regret not being on with us. So let's get into the history of why you guys are here, what's happening in the world, the great wide world of sports and simulated sports, where, as they say, Adam, the what is it? The drama.
The football's fake. The drama's real.
That's correct. So,
I was told there would not be any quiz questions.
The trivia, by the way, the trivia is on Monday. We do trivia on Mondays.
Okay.
If you guys want to come back and challenge each other on Monday to win some sweet, Bad Boys of Pop gear.
Ooh, a t-shirt. I'm always in for a t-shirt.
Love some free t-shirt.
We have shower curtains. We have everything.
Excuse me?
Yeah, we have all. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We don't have money trees, Jason, but we have lots of things. So Adam, I think it's fitting that you start us off with a little bit of the history of what DraftKings decided to do when real sports weren't happening, and all of the football fans are out there fiending for sports, fiending to go and put down their dollar, put down their dime, or their however many bills they want to put down. But initially, you couldn't put down anything, and this was all just free rolls. And you guys literally entertained the masses for a very long time. So for that, I just want to first of all say thank you. You guys rock for that. And for those that don't know, I mean, Monster knows what I'm talking about. But for those of you that don't know, would you please give a little background to what you've been doing for the past 7-ish months?
Sure. Well, I appreciate the opportunity to go first. Age before beauty, obviously. I think for anyone that doesn't know, as we all know, this pandemic forced sports, among many, many other things, basically life as we know it, to go away for a period of time. Still has not fully rebounded, obviously, depending on where in the world you are. Obviously, in the United States, things are not back to normal, but DraftKings, the very forward-thinking, progressive company that it is, as sports disappeared, started looking at other options to continue to engage with the consumer, keep the customer entertained, and among a great many ideas, including whether it was DFS contests for reality TV, for Jeopardy, for politics, any number of things. The Brain Trust got together. I wish I could tell you it was my idea, and said, how about simulated sports, which was obviously not a brand new concept. Other places had done it, but done it a little bit differently. The way that DraftKings approached it was, let's have DFS contests tied specifically to Madden 20 simulations. We will do 6 of them per day, literally 7 days a week, holidays, weekends, whatever. We are here with you in this dedicated family that we have really cultivated. As anyone knows who has watched these things, we call it the DK Sim Fam lovingly. And these are available on YouTube, more recently on Twitch as well, among a number of other platforms. But YouTube really is the bread and butter, not only the largest numbers, but the engagement there in the Chat Kings conference room, as I affectionately call it. But all of these people coming together, including yourself, to just hang out. The whole approach to these from day one, March 28th, when these sims started. And at this point in time, we are rapidly approaching 1,000 of these, which is just wild.
Seriously?
It's nuts. The approach
what number
has been
is it right now.
Oh, I mean, I want to say 1,000 is at the very end of this month. So I guess we've got to be right around 900 or so.
Holy moly.
Whatever the exact math is on that. It's crazy. Again, March 28th is when these began. At first, it was 3 a day. It very quickly grew to 6 a day. And, other changes and tweaks along the way, playing with Madden 20 all the way until Madden 20 came out. And it's completely computer on computer simulations. And, dinks like Rossi and I, among a colorful group of characters, get to just kind of sit back and be the face of this thing, the collective face, and sit and hang out with all of our viewers and in some cases listeners, people that are out mowing the lawn or painting a room or doing whatever they're doing with the phone in their back pocket. Whatever they do. Everybody's got a routine. And so we've just, as much as everyone has gotten to know us probably better than we ever expected, we've gotten to know a lot of the chatters like yourself, bringing strangers together that have, I think in large part did not know each other. And it's just a ton of fun. People, it started as a game and now people kind of call it the show. It's almost a visual podcast in that, a lot of the time we are talking football and the simulations, because as you noted, there's money to be won. At first it was DK dollars to put into other contests to win real money. Now people can invest real money in these contests, whether it's a quarter, whether it's $100, and try and chase some actual cash, which is obviously awesome. And, so these things have really grown, but
there's nothing worse than playing a free contest.
Yeah.
And winning it and then being like, oh man, I should have played that $10 contest.
Yeah.
Sure, but
Right?
at least you get the DK dollars and you go play an NBA or NHL or PGA or MLB contest, obviously real NFL, or just put it into another Madden sim, whatever the case. But
we have everything.
There's everything is available at DK, which is wonderful. And so for us, it's just a treat to be there.
Marble racing, I haven't seen that yet, but I
know. Waiting. Believe me, it's been pitched. Believe it or not.
I believe it. It's one COVID announcement away from Marble racing. So yes, Adam, thank you for that background. Coming up on 1,000, that's just insane. And the fact that real football is back, I was so excited last week to actually watch real players play. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it's a little strange for me now watching real football and real players because of how realistic Madden look.
Yeah.
So I'm watching these players and I'm like, wait a minute. No, Mostert is supposed to do. Wait, what? Hold on.
Isn't this guy supposed to never play and be terrible?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Why is this guy scoring so much? What's going? It really. I really have to think about it when I'm setting up teams. Like I really have to wait, what am I?
Did you check out the DraftKings page? Because I got to make sure that it's the right guy in the right spot. Yeah, and then in reality, you have guys
stream info page.
Yeah, and then there's other guys like
info page.
There's injuries over here in reality, but it doesn't relate into the simulation. So there's a lot of little parts. But I kind of see what you're saying there, because you've been watching this for 6 months, and now all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm going to put a real DK lineup together with real NFL players.
Right.
Well, this guy's really good, but he doesn't play in reality. So
the NFL, where the players are real, but the fans are cardboard.
Correct.
Right. Yeah. We all have sayings. Ours is the football's fake, the drama's real, and NFL, it's what you highlighted right there. Can I ask you a question? What I want to know is how you found us. I'm always curious about how members of the DK Sim fam stumbled upon us, and not only found us that first time, but became such loyal members of the community like yourself. I mean, you're there. You're part of the hashtag Team Always Here. You're there all the time.
Yeah. So I've been playing on DraftKings for a while. I'm not a big fan of the other sites. I just really love how intuitive the DraftKings app is, right? Just to be able to play. It's fun. It's enjoyable. It's not confusing. Like some things are confusing. So I love it. And I've loved it for years. Mostly for me, it started when I accidentally won like $2,200. And I was like,
oh,
happy accident.
I was like, okay. I mean, that turns around quickly.
Sure.
Depending on how you play.
But if that's your kind of accident, my kind of accident's not making it to the bathroom on time, and you're over here like accidentally winning money.
Yeah.
Shows our differences.
And that, Jason, we're not going to tell people that's why you were late today. Yeah.
And it may still be happening.
Only late by like 30 seconds though. So, if there's a happy accident or a sad accident going down there, then we're not gonna dive too deep.
Who are we to judge?
Yeah.
Who are we? You know what? Aren't the Browns playing?
They sure are.
Yeah.
So it's just fitting. So that's how I found you guys. And really quick, I want to give a shout out to the DK Sim fam that are listening and watching. And I would be remiss if I didn't set up one or two buy stream trashes on this podcast. So you guys
gets my heart.
Toss them in there. We'll have Adam come on and throw out a few of them. But first things first, let's get to Mr. Jason Rossi.
Yeah.
I'd like to bring him in because he is one of the newer hosts and announcers at DraftKings, and he's been doing an amazing job. He also has a podcast with Babysitter Billy called the Pop Culture PileDriver. Is that right?
Nailed it.
Yeah.
PCP. Get addicted.
Yeah. I just want to say his branding is
Look at that.
It's on
that.
Yeah.
I'll
PCP.
pretend. Yeah, that's Billy. That's all Billy's work.
That's all of the moms love PCP. So why not?
Listen, as long as they're addictive. But yeah, I'm stoked. I appreciate the nice compliments. It's been a ride for me, I'll be honest, because I've been working in media. That was like my whole adulthood, and working in radio, various radio stations, from rock radio to classic rock, country, then dipping my toe into the sports world when opportunity knocked a few years back. And then about a year and change ago, I took the opportunity back and took it to kind of like the DraftKings, but a different model type of company. I'm talking about tech being on top of things. So I got out of the media game I've been out for about almost since COVID started, to be honest, because I worked for a different rock radio station in Boston that was still apart. So anyways, I ended up getting a call from Babysitter Billy, as he's known as. I think he's Kaufman's babysitter du jour. And he basically told me about this opportunity. He said, would you want to do this? Is this something you're interested in? Originally, I was going to be one of the producers doing hosting the games that you guys don't see on the stream. Like, we have a great staff that has the game simulated on their television or on their system.
On the ones and twos, as they say. Which really is confusing, but it's okay.
I don't know if I have a controller, but I would show you the ones and twos of technology in 2020 is basically an Xbox PlayStation controller. But anywho, then basically they said, hey, actually, we need a host. Could you do it? And I said, sure. And then quickly got some, appreciate everybody there, and appreciate people like Kauf, who at least haven't trashed me in public. So it's kind of given me a little more opportunity to do a little bit more.
Only behind your back.
That's fine. Yeah. But that's not what I'm hearing, so I'm fine. No, but honestly, it's a great crew of guys and girls behind the scenes. So for me, it's been a ride. It's been funny to kind of dip my toe back in with media outside of the podcast. That kind of scratches the itch, which I'm sure is kind of like for you, Tommy. So it's a lot of fun. Listen, at the end of the day, in 2020, we could talk about how crazy this year is, but you're getting more attention to stuff like what we're doing here right now, what DK's doing on YouTube, what your podcasts are doing. I don't care if you have a podcast that has one listener or 1,000. Getting that outlet, putting your creativity out is the most important. So I think that's the one thing DK deserves a ton of credit for not standing by and waiting, getting putting the foot on the gas and getting such amazing talents like myself.
I have to agree with that.
The last part, right?
Especially
the last part.
Mostly the part about the amazing talents of
of course.
Right. And I'm sure they provided the money plant for you in lieu of actual money. They were like, here you go.
Every one of these could mean money in the future. That's what they told me. So,
right. I mean, normally stock options would be nicer, but money trees just as good.
Look, I mean, a lot of people don't know this, and Rossi can speak to it. We don't want to look like crap when we come on camera. So we all we have all of our unique attributes and interests, and get to design our own work from home background. I said, listen, DK, could you buy me 1,000 DVDs just to put on a wall behind me, a whole bunch of bobbleheads? Yeah, I mean, and so they were kind enough to do that. I mean, don't ask anyone there; they'll deny it. But they were kind enough to do it.
Buy those terrible movies, and it.
No, they went to the dollar bin at Walmart, and they were like, "Here, Kauf,"
and still paid way too much.
Yeah.
Kauf, do you have 1972's Chasing Sally? You're like,
I have Chasing Amy.
Chasing Amy is actually a great movie.
It's okay. Yeah.
I've watched
it's her daughter.
Yeah.
You have that movie though. I'm sure you have Chasing Amy.
I do. Yeah. I do. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you.
I appreciate it.
We've got it looks like some more DK Simpy. I'm hopping in. Had to send a like over on the Facebook stream.
Oh, nice.
Hey,
Okay, so now we know.
Richard / Roland.
Eckert / Catet.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess
Roland,
so.
Richard
How about
Roland.
that?
What's happening here? Is this some
he's rolling with the homies.
He's
just like in Clueless.
Yeah.
I
think he's revealing his identity.
Well, guys, I didn't want to tell you, but part of today's episode was just you guys were all gonna become something of a unit like Criminal Minds, the BAU, where everyone they put their heads together and solve mysteries, kind of like Scooby-Doo, actually.
Okay,
more like Scooby-Doo. So, and I have a couple dogs, but we can figure out.
I'm glad you mentioned Scooby-Doo, because wait a minute.
He knows exactly where it is.
How was Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf?
Oh, is that still in the wrapper? That's still in the wrapper.
I know, it really is. Like, didn't I just say DraftKings just went out and bought all these?
DK.
Yeah. Yeah.
But why reluctant? Why is the werewolf reluctant? I don't understand.
He doesn't either.
He doesn't want to be a werewolf. It's thrust upon him. He's cursed.
He's lying.
No,
don't listen to him. He didn't watch the movie.
I think I bought that movie like 10 years ago. It's amazing that it's still in the wrapping, actually.
Speaking of curses, Cough.
Huh.
There's a certain...
Wait, is Jordan here?
Jordan Lindenbaum likes to say that there's a cough curse.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, I don't believe it, because the game that you did today was very high scoring.
Yesterday, not today. Today was
yesterday.
Dud. Yeah, today was the Dolphins. That was a terrible game.
Right.
Tua had a terrible Madden 21 debut, but yesterday, we had like a 60-point game or something that.
I don't believe in the curse. I don't think it's real.
I appreciate that.
And okay, so we're getting a little more information here. Roland, it's a Stephen King reference. Didn't want to feeling when I play DK when I win that million.
Okay,
I appreciate it.
Enough. My name is
Roland. This one's about Rossi and I. I was just kidding.
By the way, now that I got you on screen, I just wanted to pull up some of Kaufman's recent headshots.
Yeah, that's pretty close.
That's
good.
I mean, it's almost like you just moved your head a little bit.
No, wait, it's him again.
Yeah. And then
other side.
Cough,
yeah,
I've got you here with Kanye.
Oh, look at you two
just hanging out with Kanye as you do.
Running mate. That's his running mate. 2020.
Yeah.
Well, I think Cough initially had Kanye on the ballot, but then realized that he wasn't putting in the work and actually following through on Kanye, getting.
Kanye's just making Grammy Awards great again. That's what he's doing right now.
He is. But I'm happy to announce, Jason, that we do have a new running mate.
Oh, perfect.
Often Stamos. So
what great hair.
I think that's a better bill.
We should all dream to look that good in our 50s as John Stamos does.
I agree. I mean, it definitely some dying going on there.
Sure, that's okay. I mean, he's fit.
Minimal work. Yeah. Like the face looks pretty good. Obviously, see a little stuff going on the sides, but listen. If I'm Stamos, I'd be doing the same thing.
He doesn't have the hair of a certain DK host. Obviously, he doesn't have the
Christian.
Qual. No,
gonna be tough. Oh, Pat.
No.
Oh, who else?
The Quaff.
Oh, we're talking about Reed. Reed, who has the best.
I mean, guys, come on.
Just sex symbol. Sorry.
That's exactly right.
Hawaii 5-0 Reed Fowler.
Oh my
absolutely.
God. He should have been the boy band. I'll tell you, he would have been amazing.
Really missed out.
It's never too late to be known.
It is. It definitely and in fact, any time would have been too early and too late.
It would have been all the things.
What I'm saying is there was no window for it for me.
What you're
Dare
saying,
to dream, I know, but
there is not a single Back to the Future car that could take him to any timeline point and it would work, is what you're saying. There's not.
I disagree. Put him in there. I think he could have been take Random Boy Band A, replace that one that you're like, how'd he get in there, and put Reed in there. Give me a little spice.
That was good of you to, especially, with the Bad Boys of Pop, to not call out any specific quote unquote useless members of a boy band.
Listen,
so
I would absolutely not do that.
Ever. I would, but I'm not going to do it.
It was kind of Rossi to not do it.
I'll do it on my second trip in.
Well,
I'll bid next time.
Rossi, if we come on to the Pop PileDriver,
now you just Pop Culture
PileDriver.
There it is.
PCP,
Yep.
right? Sorry,
Nailed it.
Yeah, when it happens.
If Eric and I get on PCP, we'll for sure call out a couple.
Oh, okay, good. We could do a whole call out of musicians because I've interviewed like probably several hundred up and down the scale of popularity, but there's some dinks in the work. But
clearly, I am creme de la creme so far for you, right?
Yeah, This isn't an interview. This is a hang. This is your podcast. I'm coming to you. This is your house.
Fair enough. What is this? What is
the internet?
Like number 2.
Mike Bizzle.
Yeah, Mike Beasy in the house.
Yeah, what
Mike
up?
Bizzle. Mike Bizzle, faux shizzle. I do have one other really exciting thing I want to share with you guys.
Oh God, here it comes. I'm waiting for this. The pay.
So let me just set this up here. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I'll just distract people with this Triforce.
Do you want to throw me the football?
Oh yeah, hey, hold on. That's my football.
The football, put the money tree, whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Get a little lefty. I can go both ways.
It's about to go down.
Dexterous.
Hold on. Let me see if I can.
Wait a minute.
Hey.
Oh.
The DraftKings kitchen.
Look at him.
We got a big.
I remember that.
At 5
Who was that?
Live, of course.
A couple of years ago.
Live presented by Devour Frozen Meals.
Let me just skip through it.
Oh no! Is this a montage?
I promise. The realization.
It's your TV reel.
Look at him go.
I got to be honest. I forgot.
Here we are.
This
You may be wondering, how's NBA DFS different
Look
than
at
the
you.
NFL?
Look at
Well,
you go.
it's fast-paced,
How many
high-scoring
plaid
slates and
shirts can
multiple
one guy
contests
own? You might be
split
thinking.
data
Yeah.
correlation or
There's this.
How long have you been in DK? Is the real question.
Is this a button down or a button up?
Backup student brought to the Derby to hang out.
That was one of my better moments. I like that video.
It's a good one.
Yeah, just wanted to share a little bit of that, and I didn't.
That's a deep dive.
I didn't play the beginning because it has phone numbers on it, so I didn't.
Not my phone number. Does it have my phone number?
Your phone number and your agent's phone number.
In that case, I'm alarmed that it's available on the internet.
Okay, hold on. So my phone number's on there. His agent.
You know what?
Yeah.
I was trying to protect you by not showing it, but then you just now, in following up on that, made it.
It's best. Right. It's best that you didn't.
Yeah. Anyway,
and fun fact. Even though he'd probably deny it, Babysitter Billy is the one who edited that together.
He did. And I do know that.
Okay, so Babysitter Billy, my understanding was that it was Babysitter because and maybe I didn't understand this properly, but I thought it was because somebody couldn't make it to a stream and he stepped in as the babysitter
Nope, nothing to do with that.
What is it? What's the real story? Give us the juice.
Sure. Well, like I said, this began back on March 28th. We started doing these sims, and when we found out we were going to do it for a couple week lead up, probably not even that long, there were conversations about, for those of us like me who is not a Madden aficionado like Billy, he, for his Madden league that he will talk about all the time, he's a big Ravens guy, and he will play games and he'll stream them over Twitch. And so I wanted him to, stream a couple games for me and just educate me on all things Madden so I could learn about X Factor abilities and superstar traits and what a computer will and won't do probably in a simulation and, what I need to know about depth charts and yada, yada, all the questions that you might come up with on your own if you were new to Madden and trying to figure all this out, to put yourself in a position where you're going to call these games.
Sure.
I put that in quotes because obviously turns into a lot of ridiculous banter more so than straight play-by-play. Exactly.
Movies.
But when this was happening, Billy is a conscientious guy. He'd watch his language and my kids would sit there with me and they would watch as well. Mm-hmm. And it got to a point where they would actually, like, I was up to speed. I was good, but my kids would be like, can Billy stream today? Can Billy stream today? Like every day. Can we watch a sim? Can we watch a game? Can we watch the Ravens play? And I would just say I'd text Billy and say, look, I got some stuff to do. Do you mind just streaming a game so my kids can watch? But he was effectively babysitting my children remotely while I was getting a couple things done. He became Babysitter Billy. So that's the backstory there.
That's awesome.
And think about it. Everyone teaching remotely. Now we have babysitters remotely. That's a coup. And I'm sure
because I knew they weren't going to get in trouble. They were just going to sit there in front of the screen. They weren't going to do anything. They were glued. They were locked in.
Jason, you had to do a bit of not babysitting. You had to do a bit of baby dipping, some baby dipping earlier.
Sure,
and,
sorry.
Before you came on, Kaufman and I were making fun, saying it was like, hope that's a quick dip, like just fries into a fryer, because it was like 11 minutes before we were coming on. And you're like, quick, baby.
Nobody washes a baby faster than me. I'll just say that. I've made it. If I need my son to go to sleep in 6 minutes, he'll get a bath in. Don't worry.
Good old rapid wash.
You look that up in Guinness.
You watch one day. I'm not going to bring the cameras into my bathroom for many reasons, but I'm a quick washer. Even me personally, I just get in there and get it done.
Rapid wash Rossi.
Yeah, that's it. Add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
The RWR. I love it.
Who do you guys think has the best nickname as for the hosts? Who do you think has the best nickname?
Moose.
I've given a lot of them, so I'm biased.
Oh, here we go. I'm captain of the nicknames.
I'm not even saying they're good. I'm just saying they've stuck. Like they just exist because people were, unlike me who hated the nickname that was bestowed upon me, this crust situation. Everybody else was kind enough to not fight it, and so it just stuck.
Crust.
I'm with you though. I think I love Moose too.
And I just, without knowing him, without meeting him first, when I see like a name on there, I'm like, okay, Jeff, okay, great. Oh yeah, his name's Moose. I'm like, oh, is that his last name? No. Okay, does he
something from a movie? Right?
Yeah, it's like, does he look like a moose? No, he once saw a moose. He sees moose in Canada.
That was literally the most basic story ever. Like, how'd you get that nickname? Well, I saw let me tell you a moose story.
Yeah,
I saw
really
a moose, like a
moose
driving down the road.
Yeah, seriously, that's it. It's like I was out in my backyard and I saw a moose.
No, that might be my proudest moment, is that I
pulled that out.
He told that story when we were doing a sim together. I was like, careful, the chat might start calling you Moose, and then boom. Forever and ever, Moose Air was
and now
invented.
he has an airline.
Yeah.
Look at what you've done, Kauf. You've done good stuff. You've done good work.
There's one. Give him something.
Yeah. Broken clock, right?
Hopefully he gave you some stock in his airline.
Yes.
I came up with a great nickname, but I haven't seen him hosting like Tinder Lake, because the Tinder his Tinder prowess and the Tinder Lake I thought was a good one.
Wait, who is that for?
Greg Ehrenberg. That one.
Never heard.
Yeah,
of him. I'm just kidding.
He's been busy on the writing side and still very much involved with DK, but he hasn't been on a sim obviously in a while. But I can assure you, in back channels, the Tinder Lake nickname has stuck. So rest assured, feel better. It has not gotten lost.
I'm like that little baby meme. Like,
got one.
By the way, I don't want to keep you guys too long, obviously. Can we talk a little bit about the XFL and The Rock?
Yes, right up my alley.
Yeah,
please.
I personally, I don't. Well, is there a question specific, or you want me just to talk? No, I can do whatever.
The question is awesome, right?
I love it. The specific question is, what do you see as the future for the XFL? Because they had a really good season, and people were really getting behind it. There were a lot of interesting things that they were doing that the NFL couldn't do because of the crowd, which they could do now, by the way, because there's no crowd. So they should do that.
Yeah.
For all the NFL players that are listening right now, all 21,000 of them. There that many players? No. Anyway, the XFL, they have a great. The Rock is probably one of the best salespeople in the business.
Without a doubt.
So having him there, what is your vision for the future of that?
It's simple as this. If they're going to go back to playing the season, last year they dropped like millions after the first week. Everyone, it's like, let's see what we have. It's going to go up and down. Another football league isn't sustainable, especially in the fall. It's not like sustainable from a big viewership standpoint, but you can make a culty audience, kind of going back to what this whole DraftKings thing is. Yeah, there might be millions of people betting. You get a couple thousand to jump over on this YouTube channel and Twitch and that, and you build from there. And that's what DraftKings is going to do. No inside knowledge, but the point is, I think what the XFL should do, if they're going to come back and play in 2021, bubble up, Get into a bubble, go find an arena somewhere that you can do it. You have 8 teams. You probably have about, 50 guys per team, if that. So we're looking at around, 300 guys, 300. You saw what the NBA was able to do. We saw what the NHL was able to do. Do it on a much lower scale and literally just make it as fun as possible. I would promote the FU of football, just the fun. I don't know where the end comes from, but don't worry about it. But I would just push all the fun, because I truly believed about a month ago to both of you, and I think I said it to Kaufman on a stream, that I thought the XFL would be the only football season to actually be played in the next 2 years. NFL is looking like they're in a really good place, and we want it to continue. And the same thing, college is now started, and it looks like now the Big Ten, some of these other leagues are going to get back in on the action. I just think it's going to be good for this reason. If you like college football and you love the NFL, there's a mix there. It's not the talent going to be as high, but I think with The Rock behind it, it's at least going to draw the ire. And if they can get 6 weeks out of it come March, April next year, because especially all other sports are being pushed back. Right now would be the beginning of hockey. Right now we'd be talking about NBA in their preseason. No, both of those are heading to championships. So everything's getting pushed back. I think they have a shot to at least grab the eye of the sports viewer come March, April next year.
I think that would be very interesting. And I think what they've done is amazing so far. And some of the players have gotten recognition that they would not have normally got. And they've actually gone
PJ
on
Tucker.
Teams.
Yep.
Right, exactly. Koff, do you have different feelings in that, or are you on board with Jason?
I'm on board with what Rossi said. The only thing that I will add to that is whether it was on Ballers owning the Chiefs or in real life owning the XFL, The Rock was going to find his way into an owner's suite, and I'm so glad that it has happened.
Agreed. I'm surprised it doesn't have partial ownership somewhere else in sports at this point, where like Patrick Mahomes has ownership in the Royals now. I just was surprised, but yeah,
although I wonder if he could now. Wouldn't that be a conflict of interest if he owned the XFL and then he had partial ownership to an NFL team? Yeah, I'm thinking he probably couldn't do that
unless it was his personal money, because he did use his company's money to buy the XFL. But that's a whole nother conversation for lawyers. Yeah. And I'll put on my lawyer hat. It looks like this.
Yeah, I mean,
it's much more professional.
Yeah.
We're not getting into lawyer stuff. I was going to talk about, DraftKings as a stockholder and different things, but that's not the conversation for today. We're having a good time today. We're just having a good time. And I'm super excited you guys came. I do have a question tonight because I'm still confused about this. The kicker situation. The kicker tonight. What's happening? What's going on? The kicker from one team is on the other team now. And then, what's going on?
Kickers suck. All right, I'll just cut it to the real point. Don't worry what Kaufman has to say. Kickers are brutal. They've had no time to practice. Nobody cares about them in practice. If you've ever covered any NFL team, anybody, you don't even have to. You can watch from afar. You go to the public practice. Kickers are way off yonder, and the team's over here. They come over a couple times for a couple kicks. Nobody cares about them. There's no loyalty. You miss a kick, you're out. Guskowski will be a free agent soon. I'm sure a couple more misses. It's a bad scene in the kicking game in the NFL.
But you don't need a ton of people.
I hope our guy Eric Winalda's not listening to this.
I hope he is.
You don't need a bunch of people to kick. You literally need
How about this, Tommy? What happened to the days? You're going to tell me that a linebacker can't kick a field goal, can't kick off? Punting's a whole different story. And I'm not saying there isn't talent in the kickers, but I'm just saying.
I'd like to see a linebacker.
What happened? That's what, if you go back to the 60s, all those guys were linebackers or linemen were kicking field goals. Now we have specific kickers, and they don't even do that job excellent. There's nobody that's there's about maybe a handful of 32 teams that are, got to have him on your lineup, or you got to have him on our roster. Kickers are a dime a dozen. I hate to say it, and I love the position. It's crucial, and there has to be another position player that can fill that void.
That's why you've got to always roster them last in fantasy.
No. You got to stack those kickers.
Right. The Rossi attitude is stack the kickers at all times. Yeah. Keep your entire bench kickers, please.
Yeah, just load them up. Don't worry about wide receivers.
And don't pay attention to them. Don't even put them in. Just let them.
Why do you think kickers were so up in arms when the NFL decided to move the extra point back and make it a, quote, competitive play as opposed to the easy little chip shot, nothing, here's your gratuitous 1 point? Kickers are like, field goals are hard enough, man. Now I gotta worry about whether I'm going to make an extra point. That's supposed to be the gimme. You can't have it easy all the time.
But it makes it more exciting for us as viewers because
Yeah,
more
well, that's why they
conversion
did it.
attempts,
Don't change
right?
the channel. Don't change the channel
Right.
after the touchdown.
He might actually miss this kick. This
Yeah.
matters now. That was usually your get up and go to the fridge time.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right. That and then commercial and then you're back. Yeah. I agree.
Mhm.
I agree. Well, gentlemen, okay. If you had to pick a kicker tonight, you guys pick a kicker. And I'll let Rossi, since you are the kicker king, I'll let you pick your kicker first.
I'd go with Siebert. It's the revenge game. Bullock's hurt from Cincinnati. I think Cody Parkey's now for Cleveland, who's has some of the worst misses in the history of the game over the past 5 years.
The double doink.
Yeah, I don't like anything. Andy's on Cleveland. That's just anything. He's been there before. I'm pretty sure he was on Cleveland a few years ago. So
you think Bullock was faking it? You don't think he's going to play?
He's not playing. If they roll him out there, it'd be an embarrassment to him for what he did. Not the miss.
If they roll him out there, it'll be in a wheelbarrow.
Yes, honestly. Or honestly, wheel him out there and have him play linebacker or something because he ain't kicking. All right, that's the only way he's getting out there. So I'll go with Siebert.
Adam, who's your kicker?
Well, it has to be the other one, doesn't it? Just in the interest of taking sides. I just want to see Joe Burrow win his first game tonight. I'm looking forward to that experience. I can pick?
You could pick
Bullock.
You could.
Well, why would you?
Bullock.
Yeah, I'm going to take Bullock. I mean, why in your right mind would you ever take Parkey? I'm going to take Bullock.
Bullock in a wheelbarrow for Kaufman.
Honestly, I'll take a offensive line coach over these kickers tonight. I'll
take the guy that holds the.
Watch this be a 38-35 game.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would not doubt big points tonight because it's two teams, short week, no preseason. They finally got those
terrible
first
defense.
Yeah, no great. Like the Browns should be good. They're not. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we're looking at over 60 points tonight.
I'll take the guy that holds the iPad for every team.
Oh yeah,
the kicker tonight. Who is that guy, by the way? Does anyone know? Is he like a friend of a developer? Like, why is he on every team?
He's in every stadium.
He's everywhere.
Well traveled. Must ride moose hair everywhere.
He's better than Clipper Darrell. Like this guy's everywhere. It's insane.
Yeah, I would say he's our hero. He's the prince we didn't know we needed, but we absolutely do.
Yeah,
guys. Really quick before we go, we should do a buy stream trash.
Okay.
And we do have some DK Simfam over here commenting, talking, kicker talk.
I did not think with all the subjects we were going to get to, we were going to have hardcore kicker talk, but I like it.
Sure.
Choker thinks a 15-12 Rossi stack wins $1 million.
Yeah, you need the kickers.
You need them. Just saying, it's a part of it, and they're cheap. They're cheap, especially in these Madden contests. I just came out of a game earlier. There was 6 field goals. Put the kickers out there.
Think of all the money you save. You can literally take the extra $7,000, just put it in your fake pocket, and it's awesome. It's so good.
I'm buying on kickers. Buy them all.
Okay, buy stream trash.
Yes.
Kickers, quarterbacks, or cheeseburgers?
Oh, how dare you? How dare you?
What? So it's quarterbacks, not quarter pounders, then.
Right. That's a different.
Yeah.
Thing, right?
Different type of meat.
Kickers, quarterbacks, or cheeseburgers?
It's well thought out. I'll jump in. I'm gonna buy kickers. I'm gonna stream cheeseburgers because sometimes they can, it depends on the burger. And I'll trash quarterbacks because they get too much credit and too much crap put on their plate when they don't win. It doesn't make any sense. It's a full team sport.
Cough.
Well, speaking of plates, I am known to be a finicky eater. If I can get my cheeseburger cheeseless, meaning just a burger.
Oh, cough.
Yeah, I know.
Did you have a lactose issue?
No, I happen to love cheese. I just don't want it with my burger.
Cough doesn't like pizza. He doesn't like cheeseburgers.
That's the move I'm going to make, and I would buy that burger. But if it's got to be a cheeseburger, I'm gonna stream it. I'm gonna suffer through it in the stream, and I'm gonna buy the quarterbacks. And I'm taking over
kickers.
What do you
think? Taking over. No, I'm taking over. Sorry, Tommy.
This is now the PCP.
Hold on.
I need to know. What do you put on your burger?
He's taking over.
What do you put on the burger?
Mushrooms. That's sautéed mushrooms.
So
a burger, sautéed mushrooms.
Okay, so you must like.
I'll tell you what. I don't even always have a bun. Sometimes I'll just fork and knife it.
That's fine. I'm not no hate on that. Lower the carbs. I got you. You gotta stay.
Sure.
Jason, you just overstepped. Apparently,
I'm sorry.
Mike says Koff writes the rules and regulations of buy stream.
So there.
Well,
Rossi,
I just don't like his answer, so I needed to get some clarification how mad I'm going to be moving forward because a cheeseburger is the meal, the meat.
Yeah.
It better be good meat. That's all I'm gonna say. Because cheese can save you from a crappy burger.
Don't let it madden you.
Oh, there it is. How have we in 1,000 simulations not used that line yet? There's the real question.
I may have commented it at some point. But here's the thing you can do, Kauf. Get the cheeseburger, order the cheese on the side, order an extra side of toast, give a grilled cheese to one of your kids.
Oh,
could you actually order a cheeseburger with cheese on the side? Do they do that?
I'm sure you can.
Have it your way in some places, so I'm sure you can do whatever you want.
I mean, I guess it's like when you go to the ice cream shop and you say I'd like a cup of ice cream, but could you put the cone on top? Then maybe you just want to snack on the cone, or maybe you want to flip it and do it yourself. I don't know. To each their own.
Or if you're sloppy like me, you can't. I can't keep up with an ice cream cone. It gets messy.
Oh,
it's trippy.
It's way too melty.
But the cones are the best thing about walking in, and it's the olfactory blessing that is bestowed upon you as soon as you step in the door.
A little anise, a little vanilla. You're like, oh baby, what are we in for tonight?
Yeah.
But if it drips all over you, just wait till that RWR steps in and cleans you right up.
Real quick.
What's an RWR?
That's the wash. What is it again?
What's the rapid wash?
Yeah,
Rossi. Whatever. I don't know.
Rapid wash. Rossi. Right. If
keep up with your own podcast, Tommy. For Christ's sake,
you were talking about me.
Tommy, we're turning on you.
Oh my God, Tommy.
Rossi's not going to wipe my arms of ice cream.
If you need me to.
If you're gonna have us on this show, Tommy, you got to keep up with this scintillating quick wit.
My goodness, you guys are way too fast and rapid, washy, Rossi.
Oh, done.
You guys, I appreciate you. I'm hosting. I'm currently judging and coaching the Karaoke World Championships. We're in the final weeks, and
go on.
I have a team meeting coming up shortly, so I'm going to go to that, and I'm sure you guys have more exciting things to do than to sit here.
I'm just going to sit here whether it's on or not, so just don't turn it off. I'll just sit.
You just want me to put you.
Go watch. Just stream it.
I'm just gonna.
There you go. Good. I'm just gonna be me for the next few hours.
Wait, could you quickly show us your face when you're really impressed with the performance? What does that look like?
Oh, wow.
There it is. That's the one I was looking for. Yeah, that's the one. That right there.
Oh, the hat. Got it.
Yeah. Covered you right up. Sneak attack. Right on the camera.
There it is.
So, gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for taking the time today to come hang out on the Bad Boys of Pop. And I would like to invite you guys to come back Monday. We'll figure out a time that works for everybody. If you'd like to come back on Monday and compete in trivia to get some gear.
Is it porn trivia? What kind of trivia are we talking?
It's going to be entertainment news trivia.
Okay. All right. Just making sure I get my categories correct.
And I might throw some movie trivia in there just to keep it fair for Kauf.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Well, I mean, now it's a little more reasonable.
So
listen, whether it's this coming Monday or a future one would be, I would love to be back, but
likewise.
Until then,
we'll figure out a day and time that works for you guys. We'll bring you back for some trivia. I don't want to lock you down to a day and time. We'll talk afterwards and figure it out. But thank you again so much for coming. The bow.
Yeah, God bless. Namaste.
Namaste.
I'm very zen.
And before we go, though, Rossi, can you show us your washing technique, just so we know if we want to train to become a little faster?
Nope. That's a tease for next time, if anything.
I don't want to see it.
Nope. I could just tell you right now. This was completely purple earlier. I'll just say that. Cleaned it up real quick.
My goodness. All right. And on that note, you guys, thank you so much. Usually at the end of the podcast, Eric is with me. And I'll generally say, you guys, times are weird. Be conscious of that. Look out for other people. Take care of them. Have a little more respect. Think before you just, jump on like road rage, for example. Don't just jump right on someone. They might be having a bad day. Things are weird right now.
Don't be a jerk.
Don't be a jerk. Take care of each other. And Eric usually hops in and says, as always, we love you. If you guys would like to say, as always, we love you, as I get the song going, that would be awesome.
Sure.
3, 2,
right
1.
Now.
As always, we love you.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. Thanks so much. I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
Love you.
Missed you, Eric.